Hopefully I'm rolling. I'm trying the Sugoi offline translator for this part. I haven't tried it before. I didn't test it off recording or anything, so this could not work. We'll see. I haven't uploaded or published part one of this yet. So at this point, just for reference, I wasn't able to see comments all the way back to part one still. I thought I was going to get over that whole thing I was doing where I would upload a whole bunch of episodes of one Let's Play before uploading them. Now that my internet isn't dog slow, but it appears I am not. So, it's still happening, I guess. Also, my microphone gain going crazy is still happening, I guess. See if I can take care of that. Yeah, I don't know why that happened. Okay. That should fix that. I should be recording Danganronpa fan games right now, except I want to be careful about how much of the day I use up. I can play this game for an hour or two. When it comes to parts of Danganronpa, inevitably I'm going to play them for 3 hours because it takes about that long to get through a significant chunk, like a well delineated chunk of the game. So, more memories off it is. So we've got, so just for, because I feel like talking about it, we are very, the clear list is very intimidating. As far as the scene titles are concerned, we have not very many. The latest one we have is 75, which is about halfway through the list. So, yeah. We might be about, I'm guessing that probably means we're about halfway through the chronology of the game. We're on October 10th so far. It started on October 1st. I guess it probably goes around 3 weeks. We're probably going to go to about the 21st of October, roughly. Maybe we'll go through the whole month, but probably be about 3 weeks. And eventually we'll get to a section of the game that is highly differentiated depending on what girl's route you get into, right? Somewhat like Never 7, where there's a part where you decide whose route you're going to get into. And then there's a part where once you've gotten into that route, whether or not you get the good or bad ending for that character. It's like 2 parts, right? Right now I'm still in the trunk, it appears. I'm still where it's deciding which girl's route I'm going to end up in based on how many points I get for each girl. But eventually it's going to put me in a girl's route, and then stuff's going to happen there. I don't know which route I'm going to end up in. It might be Kaoru, but it also might be Minamo. Because I've only made one bad Minamo choice so far. The thing is, though, that branching, the leaving of the trunk and into specific character routes seems to be a long ways off, because in this sense, there are some characters where there just hasn't been an opportunity given to make points for them. So let me go to the album. For example, Koyomi, right, the daughter of the lunch lady. We haven't really had an opportunity to build up Koyomi points. So it would seem odd that it would decide whether or not we end up in her Koyomi's route or not very soon, right? Shion is kind of like that as well. However, I think part of that might just be that I might have missed opportunities to accrue Shion points. I just may have made certain decisions that could lead me to interact with Shion more. But Koyomi is definitely a weird one in that you would think that there would be more opportunities to interact with her than there have been if they're going to decide at this point. Whereas some characters like Yue, well, a whole lot's happened with Yue. They don't introduce all the characters up front, even on the first day. Like, I know that in Never 7, Saki was introduced later than the other characters, but she was still introduced on the first day, just later on that day. Some of these characters, like Minamo, are introduced several days in. So the amount of opportunity you had to interact with each one is staggeringly different because of the staggering of the introductions. Ayaka, of course, we haven't seen much of her, but I'm guessing that's just because Ayaka is like a final character in the same way that Izumi was in Never 7. We have to do the other characters' routes first. That's why we haven't seen much of Ayaka. So I'll go through these here. So Ayaka, we haven't seen much of her. This CG here on the upper left, it might have been from Pure when I accidentally got stuck in Pure in the first part. So I believe the only one we've actually seen of CG we actually have up or of her from the game proper is this one here. Whoops. Well, I guess you can view it. That's not what I wanted to do, though. How do I go next? Okay. UA, only 3 out of a lot. This last one here is from a flashback. I don't know why it's at the end of the list. We are missing one from UA, so we might have missed a UA scene by doing like a Minamo scene or something like that in its place. So that's notable. It's also possible you might miss this one I'm highlighted right now if you don't make choices that lead you to that 7 mysteries of school or whatever nonsense, right? Like you say that the homeroom teacher actually wears a wig. You might miss that one. Not sure though. So Ayaka, her character isn't well defined yet. We don't know what her personality is, besides that she's probably extremely lovely. She's probably like very perfect. But but the way the game has written her so far is suggestive that she died in some tragic accident that eventually, maybe when we're done with all of the other characters' routes, we're going to learn about in a flashback. And so our interaction with her won't really be a true canon interaction with her. It will be, well, it'll be canon so much as the game itself is canon to itself. But it'll be like Mr. Protag, Tomoya, Mikami, or whatever. Just imagining in his head like a hypothetical scenario with Ayaka that he's fantasizing about. And it may not actually be real. Sort of like Never 7, except Never 7 was kind of like, it made it not very distinct what was real and what was fake. Also, her school uniform that she's wearing here is different fundamentally than the school uniform of the school that Tomoya goes to. And that might just be because that's the middle school uniform. Not necessarily she goes to a different school. But that might be how they explain things. I don't know. Shion, we have one CG of Shion. Hadn't had much opportunity to interact with Shion, but that just might be because I really did, and I just didn't pick those options. Shion is kind of the quiet one. So, Never 7 didn't really have this archetype. Yes, it did. What am I saying? Haruka, right? Yeah, I had this archetype in Haruka. Yeah, quiet and talks very properly and polite. Apparently is Japanese, but spent a lot of time in the United States. Kind of like Tsugumi did. Which I don't know how that's going to play into things. UA is like first girl, very much like Yuka from Never 7. Karu is Never Seven doesn't really have this archetype, but Saki is the closest. She's fundamentally not Saki like Saki, that Saki was a tsundere, and Karu is not. But is similarly a rich girl with green hair is apparently very good looking. So, very similar in other ways. But not, I would say, maybe she's not tsundere like Saki, but she does seem to be a tsundere a little bit, right? She is someone who, like, kind of likes Tomo-chan, but then, like, is kind of picks on him a little bit, you know? Tries to, like, nah, I'll refrain from walking home with you, you know. And she's the round trying to get in at first. This person, so Minamo, a route that I might accidentally get into. The main character's personality changes drastically when he interacts with Minamo as opposed to the other characters. That might just be because that his interactions with Minamo are written by a different author than the other characters, and that a different author writes the protag differently. It's just it's very noticeable though. We haven't had very much opportunity to interact with her, but she's like the substitute lunch lady. And they have a bunch of miscellaneous, it's probably ones with multiple characters in them. Okay. Why am I here? I had the music turned off. Get out of here. Okay. I had to go translate.google.com. Translate Japanese to English. Okay. Get my text box correct. Let's see what the offline translator does there for you. It works. Okay, I awoke naturally in the white light shining in from time to time. Okay, let's compare that to what Google Translate says. Oh, like so many chords in this setup. They're covering my control V. I woke up naturally in the white light shining in from Tsune. Interesting. There isn't any kanji messed up as far as I can tell. Time to time doesn't really make much sense because it's not like the sun comes up and goes back down and goes up and goes back down and goes up and goes back down rapidly in sequence in the morning, right? You get the light shines in and keeps shining in until the sun is so far risen that it doesn't shine in through the window, which is only like one cycle. Right. Too many words for that little line there. But at least the translator like works. It's actually doing something. It's translating. It's not like broken. So, it was by no means the usual forced violent awakening, but a truly ideal pleasant awakening. Is it floating slowly and quietly? When I awake just ordinarily without setting an alarm, or sometimes when I do set an alarm, it's more like actually I'll wake up and then go back to sleep, and then wake back up and then go back to sleep. I'll like dribble in and out of sleep. Unlike what the light shining in does, but what I do. And then I have very little drive and energy very soon after waking up. I have to like warm up like a slow old computer. It isn't until about noon or so that stuff starts happening and start doing things. Just not, I don't know why that is, but it is that way. Filled with refreshing feelings, I jumped out of bed and ran down the stairs. So ideal. I wish I were you, Protag. I came running down the stairs. Okay, but I don't really have anything to say. What? What does Google say about that? That's like a forced roll break by accident. I ran down the stairs. It was fine, but there wasn't much to do. That makes more sense. It's also a completely different thing, right? To do or to say. Now that I had nothing else to do, I had no choice but to turn on the TV. As usual. Apparently that's usual. Okay, so the katakana word here is news. So he turns on the news, right? I wonder if it's a midday news program or something. Why midday? I mean, wasn't yesterday a Wednesday? Today should be a Thursday. You should have school today. I don't think it's a mistranslation, though, because that kanji means middle there. I mean, it probably is midday. Oh, daytime news. So maybe not midday, but just day. The female reporter is inside the puncture tube is shouting so loudly that it's a nuisance to make good use of her precious few appearances. Oh, I think I know why it's saying puncture tube. It's because Brown. Well, let's see here. Let's get rid of that. Okay, so it's not precious few. It's in order to make the most of her limited screen time. Yes, Google Translate is better at figuring out it should be cathode ray tube, not puncture tube. Let's see here. The katakana word is repota. Okay, so that's reporter. And then the next one down is tension. Okay. So it's a female reporter inside the cathode ray tube is shouting with an annoyingly excited voice in order to make the most of her limited screen time. Today, on a sunny autumn day, there are a lot of sports-related events all over the country. A sports day, huh? Or athletic day. The phone rings. This is parents. I was absentmindedly watching TV with those thoughts in mind. The phone suddenly rang. Or as I was. Hi, which means yes. I guess that's what they say when they answer the phone.
Tomoya, 俺だ俺.
Oh, it's Sheen. Okay. Tomoya, it's me. What? Today is a day off. So, but he can still call you.
今暇か?
What's hima? Oh. Hima, okay. I didn't know hima was a katakana word. It means you're free, right? Or you don't have anything on your schedule. Not busy. So this is a kanji that means now, followed by hima. Ka makes the question. So, are you free now? Okay. Or are you available now? Something like that. I'm super busy. Anyways, see you later. I actually managed to translate a line kind of there. I tried to hang up. Wait, so there's like a force field that blocked it? I tried, but did not succeed in hanging up the phone. I am not busy at all, of course. But that's the answer I came up with because I have the equation for a troubling ring from Sheen. Let's see what Google Translate has to say about that equation. Google Translate is slow. Of course, I wasn't busy, but the equation, phone calls from Nobu are a nuisance, holds 2 in my head, so I answered it that way. Okay, so the principle that phone calls from Sheen are a nuisance.
ちょっと待てよ友也、この前の勝負のペナルティ払ってなかったろ
So chotomate is wait a minute, basically. But we're gonna or wait some time. But we're gonna feed this to the translator. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I was right. Tomoya, you didn't pay the penalty for the last match, did you? What last match? Last time? I can't think of anything.
2週間前、しりとり合戦で負けたろ
So 2 weeks ago, you lost the Shitori battle 2 weeks ago, didn't you? Whatever the Shiritori battle is. Shiritori. Oh, that. The statute of limitations. I don't know what about butterflies from about half a month ago. Let's go translate says. I don't know. Butterflies is probably not the right thing, but like stuff you lost or penalties or whatever.
負けは負けだろ
Is losing not just losing? Statute of limitations. That's true, but I get it. Lunch at the cafe was fine, right?
素直でよろしいじゃあ1時に住空駅前でいいな遅刻すんなよな
I'm glad you're being honest. Okay, let's meet in front of the station at 1 o'clock. Don't be late, okay? Okay.
じゃあな
Jana, which is kind of like see ya. Well, that was a loud hang up noise. Yes, I see why phone calls from Sheen are a nuisance. I put the receiver down. Do I have to do a scene with Sheen? I mean, hopefully it's probably going to get parlayed into some scene with the girl, because that's how everything goes. Well, the last scene with Sheen at the cafe wasn't really that, didn't go into a girl scene, but I look at the clock. It's already past noon, right? Google Translate is being slow. Yeah, it's noon. I don't know why the offline translator thinks it should be midnight. What the hell? We don't have much time. I hurried out of the house. Oh, this is a place where we interacted, not where we met, but where we interacted with Shion. It looks like Sheen hasn't arrived yet. The time was 1:02. What the hell? He's slower than me. This is when a girl shows up. He didn't come out in a hurry. Nope, it's Sheen. About 10 minutes past 1, Sheen appeared. Or it might be Nobu, I don't know.
早かったな
Oh, Tomoya, that was fast. Don't say that was fast. That was fast. You don't be late. Let's see here. Something like, don't say that was fast. You're late. Google Translate's being slow. Something like that.
まあまあ10分は誤差範囲だろ
Now, 10 minutes is a margin of error, isn't it? Well, that's true. Okay, let's go.
ただコーヒーはうまいわ。
Coffee is really good, though. No, it's not. It tastes like if you were to water a plant with one of those pots that has a hole at the bottom and a saucer. The water collects in the saucer, and then you drink the water out of the saucer. What I tried to say is it's like tastes like dirt. To me, at least. It doesn't smell anything like that. It tastes like it's just like dirty water. Shinobu, Sheen and I finished our lunch and drank our after meal coffee. Kohi. That's how you'd pronounce it if you're Japanese. Naturally, kohi was also included in the lunch set menu, so it was my treat. Demo, which is like, but they say there's nothing more expensive than that. And this here does actually, wait, where's the cursor? This here does mean expensive. Or
た
tall.
だだからいいんだ。
So if you expensive mountain is just a tall mountain. It's fine, it's fine. The translator is not, it is not gone. It is stuck. Or the OCR or something. The OCR stuck. This is a problem. I don't know what that means. Let's try changing the box size. Why is it not doing it? Do I need to restart it? Well, let's go to the next line and see if we can come back to it. Still, he looks like he's enjoying his coffee. Okay, so let's go. Backlog. He's buried. You mean he's bored? Okay, the wrong kanji. It's captured pretty well though, so it's surprising they got the wrong kanji out of that. But okay. But it looks like he's enjoying his coffee. Okay, next line.
あ
Ah. Nandayo, which is basically just what is it? What is this all of a sudden?
忘れてた。今日漫画の発売日だった。
I forgot. Today was the day that manga was released.
悪いけど友也、500円くらい貸してくれないか？俺さ、今日おごりだって言うから金ないんだよ。
Ask you for 500 yen. Go hyaku. Sorry, could you lend me 500 yen, Tomoya? I don't have any money today because... something like you said it's on you, or something like that, because it is on he lost the bet, so he has to buy something.
頼む、お願い。出ないと俺今晩眠れない。
Please, if I don't, I won't be able to sleep tonight. Just don't sleep then. I guess there's no help. I guess it can't be helped. I figured I wouldn't have to sleep, but I was already looking for my wallet in my pocket. I can't hate Sheen at times like this, or you do hate Sheen. I guess you can't for some reason. Hora. Look, it's only 500 yen.
感謝するよ。ありがとな。
Thank you, thank you. It's fine. Give it back properly. Does he ever though? Shin was already standing up from his seat.
いい天気だな。
So this is, I think it's good weather, isn't it? Or something like that. Let me hit the translation. Yeah, the weather is so nice today. Okay. My heart is not here. What's Google Translate say? Yes, my heart is not here. Well, I don't know what the who at the start is, but it's Koko ni, which is here. Okay.
俺さ、今から本屋に行くけど、お前来るか？
I'm going to the bookstore now. Honya, right? Bookstore. Do you want to come? Okay, so now we're going to probably get Shion or no Shion, right? Let's do the Shion scene, which I mean, I'd probably pick yes. However, I'm not presented with yes or no. Whoops. Guess that takes that off the screen. I don't want to do that. Okay. With yes or no here, I'm presented with sentence, like longer phrases. Sodana. I presume the top one's yes. Yeah, let's go. So the bottom one is, nah, I'm not. I'll pass. I'll read manga here. Yeah. So I'll pick the top one. I'll go just so I can get the scene, get that scene checked off. I'm guessing this is going to be a Shion thing. So guessing when I go for it, they're going to show me these hints. Nope, it's not. It's a Minamo thing. Okay, well, I'm going to do it anyway. Change my decision. Unless the hint is like, there's a mistake in the hint. Yeah, let's go. I have nothing better to do anyway. But didn't you say you were busy on the phone? That's why your lies don't work anymore, Tomo-chan. You always contradict them later. To kill time, I felt like reading or something.
それじゃあ、感情よろしくな。俺先行ってるから。
Well then, I'll be counting on you. I'll be going on ahead. Maybe it's more like I'll be waiting for you. It'd make more sense. Why did that not capture? Oh, there we go. If I say that, she will leave right away. Or since he said that. She said that and went right away, probably. I guess I have no choice. Yes, you did. I made that. You didn't have the choice. I did. The player, made the choice for you. Is that what you're going at? A fourth wall break? I immediately get out of my seat and paid the bill to leave the store. Even though it was a holiday afternoon, there weren't many customers. The music is quiet and the atmosphere is nice. I immediately found Sheen in the comic section, or the manga section. Except I think it was actually, it's comic. Wow, they chose the English word there for some reason. Looks like he's already bought the manga he's looking for. He's carrying it under his arm.
遅かったな。帰ったのかと思ったぜ。
Oh, you're late. I thought you had gone home. Koitz? What's that mean? This guy. He is really taking things at his own pace. Let's see here. My pace. Okay, so it's the English word pace. Okay, Saruto is, and then.
みなもちゃんがいたぞ。
Minamo-chan is here. Suddenly, Shin told me. Minamo-chan ga? God, it's like new information. Honya no Naka ni Minamo-chan ga imasu, right? You don't say arimasu because that's for thing. She's a person, so it's imasu. I believe. Well, it's not surprising, but you could say it was perfectly natural for students in our school to visit the bookstore, which they were used to attending on a daily basis.
きっとその辺にいるぜ。俺挨拶されたからさ、もうすぐお前も来るって言おうと思ったけど、当てにならないからな、お前。
Why did the voice actor have to say that line so annoyingly? I'm sure she's around here somewhere. She greeted me. I thought I'd tell her you'd be coming soon, but I can't count on you. I'm sorry, you can't count on me.
暇だろ？ちょうどいいじゃないか。
You're free, aren't you? Perfect timing. Perfect? Wait, I don't have a clue what's going on right now, but whatever. This is called getting set up, Tomo-chan. Now then, what should I do? Get set up or not get set up? Should I go into Minamo's route or not? Should I bail out? Try looking for Minamo-chan. Wander around the store at random. I picked the first one. I'm gonna get so like sucked into Minamo's route. Well, I guess we could get that one done. I have to do it eventually, right? Since we're in the same store, let's look for Minamo-chan. Magazines, paperbacks, business, reference, books, comics. It's pretty big. There's a picture book corner in the corner of the store. Small children are gathered around excitedly. Why will not capture? Grab. There we go. Of course she wouldn't be here. Except she is. Past the picture book corner is the art and photography section. Come to think of it, Minamo-chan is going draws. Just as I thought. As expected, Minamo-chan is here. And here's where I would have an issue. So you find this person. What do you say? She's looking for some kind of book in front of the art shelf. Do you do like Arnold Schwarzenegger? She'd be like, hey, you look sexy. I'd like to take you out on a date. I wonder what she's looking for. Minamo-chan hasn't noticed me at all. It means you don't stink too bad. I felt like I shouldn't call out to her. It's awkward to meet someone you know at a time like this. Like, hi. Besides, I wanted to keep watching Minamo-chan like this for a little while. Well, that's kind of creepy. You know, I try to avoid doing that. Like, I try to, like, okay, I usually, like, either walk up and talk to them or leave. Don't stand there and look at them, because that will creep them out. Right? Not the best move. Something is making my heart race. Oh, we got that author coming back. Last name's Kobayashi, right? Minamo-chan picks up some kind of book. It's a big one. A large, heavy-looking book. So, oki means big. I presume that kanji that comes after the oki na, which probably conjoins the adjectives, that na, is heavy. Because it looks like it would be a symbol that means heavy. And the symbol at the end of that sentence is the one for book. Oki na heavy so na hon. Large heavy book. Would that be Gravitation by Mr. Thorne and Wheeler? That's one heavy book I know of. As well as some Bibles that have the pictures in them. Those can be big and heavy. The Strong's Exhaustive Concordance of the Bible. Isn't it a good big heavy book? As a matter of fact, Minamo-chan was standing on her tiptoes and pulling out the book from a slightly higher position on the shelf, and she almost dropped it. Man, this is like periodic journal or something. I can't read any of this Japanese text that's like... I can't read the book spines. So, yeah. One of them is Nihon no something, so it's Japanese something. As far as I can get. Of course, there's one that's it's English. It looks like it says good morning. One of them seems to say in English, asispits. Asisprit, or that might be an R hidden behind the text. I can take the text off, right? No. What takes the text off? B? No. In Tassisprits. What's that? Katakana word. Okay. Tetsu sen. Tetsusen. Don't know what that is. Or could be Tessin. Whatever. Minamo-chan flips through the pages, one by one, staring intently at them. It was as if she was trying to suck up everything on that page. It's doing that thing where you go to the bookstore, you take a book off the shelf in the bookstore, and you just read it right then and there in the aisle. Like you stand there and just read the whole book and then put it back on the shelf in the bookstore. I happen to know someone who claimed to have done that once with a certain book. That was not a particularly good book. You might think, well, that seems like kind of a crime. It's like, well, but I don't know if it is. some lawyer or somebody, like, let me know. Suddenly, a surprised look appears on Minamo-chan's face. She sighs so hard that I can hear her clearly from where I'm standing. A desire for joy that wells up from the bottom of my heart when I touch something moving. What does that mean? Google Translate can't even do it. It just says, my heart is not here. The offline translator did better than Google Translate at the, a will for joy that wells up from the bottom of your heart when you come into contact with something that moves you. Oh. So that's what how he's describing the sigh? Maybe Minamo-chan is a fan of the artist in that collection of paintings. Or so I thought. I don't know more when to call out to her anymore. I don't know when to call out to her anymore. I felt like my words would break this holy atmosphere. Finally, Minamo-chan closes the book, shifted her eyes to the back cover. Still, she's really dedicated to her studies. Normally, she'd even go so far as to cover the back cover, or so I thought. Huh? Read the back cover, you mean? She's looking for the price. Minamo-chan sighs again. This sigh is not a sigh, it's a different sigh. But this time it's a different kind of sigh. From the one from before, a dejected sigh. For that reason, Minamo-chan settles the score with Koi. I don't know what that's what's supposed to be, but and puts the book back on the shelf. So, as Google Translate eventually says, Minamo-chan gave up on her love. Okay. Okay, next time. That's the kind of expression that she's wearing. Yeah, but like, I mean, like, the route of the romance thing would go is that you'd like buy it for her, right? But the problem is you may not have very much money or no money because you let Shin borrow it, quote unquote, to buy this manga. After paying for his lunch. A complex expression of disappointment and determination. Then Minamo-chan walks off in the opposite direction from where I'm standing. In the end, I couldn't call out to her until the end. Or just, in the end, I couldn't. I look for the book Minamo-chan was looking at. We were separated, but I could at least remember the cover. There it is, I pick it up. It's definitely heavy. The artist's name on the title is one I'd heard before. I return it to the shelf, I presume, and check the price. Oh, you mean you turn it over. So you turn it over and you check the price. Yondo! Let's see here. That's 3,000, right? No, 13. Okay. Okay, so I'm not, let's get the cursor back here. Not familiar with this kanji, but I'm guessing, back in here, that it's got like that, that typing cursor. That kanji, right? But I'm presuming it's mon. So mon is 10,000. And this right here is sin. Sin is 1,000. So this is 1, 10,000 plus 3, 1,000, and this is yen. If you want to know the details. This is ze, this is rho. So this means this here is 0, or 0. So what? 13,000 yen. Isn't there one more 0? Yep. Picture books or art books sure are expensive. But is it as expensive as a hard copy of Mr. Thornton Wheeler? A stupid voice echoed across the floor, and I instinctively looked around. So Shin was creeping on you as you were creeping on Minamo? Or you? That was you, your stupid voice. Phew. I'm glad no one's here. Ha 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 ha. In comes either Shin Minamo coming back, or Shion suddenly drops in. Another girl suddenly dropped in. I don't know the value of the paintings. I mean, Minamo-chan's been looking at this book the whole time. It's like she's burning it. Or it's burning into her or something. It wasn't like I was going to do anything about it, but I decided to remember. 13,000 yen, right? The book, the name, and the price. That's right. The name of the publisher.
何やってんだお前。
What the hell are you doing? Oh, it's Shin. He's looking at me.
お前そんな趣味あったっけ？
Do you ever have a hobby like that? It's nothing. I was just looking.
友也、あの子に会ったか？
Tomoya. Have you met that girl? Which girl? No, I didn't see her. That's... Tomoya lies again. I'm playing dumb.
なんだ、そうか。
Oh, I see.
用がないなら帰ろうぜ。それでさ、あと500円貸してくれ。
If you don't have anything to do, let's go home anyway. Lend me another 500 yen. Or you lent me another 500 yen? Nande da?
もう一冊あったんだ。頼む、お願い。出ないと俺さ。
There's another book. Please, please, otherwise I'll... If you can't sleep at night, then it can't be helped. I lent it to him generously. For some reason, his feelings were getting bigger.
友也、お前最高。ありがとう。すまん。
Tomoya, you're the best. Thanks, sorry. Well, now he owes you 1,000 yen. Well, we know how he gets rid of his pocket. We know how to answer Ayaka's question. He doesn't spend his money on anything. He just gives it all to Shin, and then he spends it and probably doesn't give it back, if I were to guess. Shin hurried off to the comic section again. I returned to the collection of paintings I still had in my hand to the I returned the collection of paintings I still had in my hand to the shelf.
ねえねえ、今度はあっちのジェットコースター乗ろうよ。
Ayaka. Okay. So we're going to get another Ayaka, I don't know, it's a flashback, flashed forward, or just made up thing in his head. But anyway, this is back to Ayaka talking here. Hey, let's ride that roller coaster next time. Or next. Yes. Hi. I was like, yes. So we're at the amusement park with Ayaka, I presume. She was being swung around by... I was being swung around by the energetic Ayaka. And my fatigue was making my legs heavy as she advanced. How many times have we done this? Exhaustion robs me of the strength to even think about that. In contrast to the amusement park, Ayaka was handling the attractions one by one. In contrast... At the amusement park, Ayaka completed attractions one after the other. Yes, every time amusement park comes up, I'm always like, we got to add that to whatever the next iteration of the bingo card is, because that shows up here. They talked about going to an amusement park at the end of Never 7, and the next game, Never 17, takes place entirely in an amusement park. Of course, it goes without saying that I'm one and the same. Since the amusement park was on Sunday, was crowded everywhere with parents. Since we were at the amusement park on Sunday, it was crowded everywhere with parents and children. So no, see this person. The sheer number of people wears down my stamina. I presume this is going to scroll up at some point. Ayaka, why don't we go a little slower? I'm exhausted. Of course, my body wouldn't last if I were to go around at this pace. It's pace. That's the katakana word.
じゃあこれに乗ってからね。そしたらちょっと休憩にしよう。
Yeah. Then, I think it's like before we ride this, first let's take a break. Yeah, we'll ride this. Then let's take a little break. Oh, okay, so no, it's not. It's, we'll ride this, and then we'll take a break. Oh... I think I can finally... I think I could finally rest. I mustered the last of my willpower and took a step forward. Imagine just Tomoya, you were going with me hiking up a mountain. It would be like 20 or 30 times worse than this. Count your blessings. Ayaka pointed to the scary roller coaster that had been featured on TV, too. Well, you get to rest while you stand in line, right? It is said that only those who actually ride it can understand the fear. No, I mean, I see multiple other people ride it over and over again before I get on it while I'm standing in line. So, no, I don't think it's going to kill me. We didn't hesitate to line up on this copy of the coaster. I don't know if copy is the right word. Queue, in this queue. That is as we lined up on this strange...
Wait. 楽しみだね。
Google Translate says we lined up on this strange fake coaster. That's not what it means either. Something got misread, but okay. Hey, Tomoya, I'm looking forward to it. Ayaka had been talking strangely a lot for a while now. You mean like strange? You mean she's talking a lot, and how much she's talking is strange? I presume. As the line progressed, Ayaka kept talking to me.
見てよ、あんなに高いところから落ちるんだね。
Look, you fall from so high up. Or, oh look, I didn't know you'd fall from so high up. She looks like she's having fun. But did Ayaka like screams like this? But did Ayaka like screaming things like this? Huh. Suddenly, that thought crossed my mind.
ほら、すごい悲鳴が聞こえるよ。
Come on, I could hear a really loud scream. Ayaka was more talkative than usual. I known her for years, so I knew she was weak to this T vehicle. What does that mean? Let's go to Translate say. So I know that she is weak to this type of ride, probably. Meaning like she's scared of this type of ride, maybe? Which means... Hey, Ayaka, actually I'm scared. As if responding to my words, Ayaka straightened her back.
そんなことないってば。
That's not true. The amount of im diagram. It's ... The amount of illustration. Okay, amount of illustration. Even though she knew I was loyal, her interest was piqued, and she tried to hide her fear of loyalty by playing around more than necessary. Okay, that's weird. So it's probably nothing to do with loyalty here. What's actually going on is she's scared of it, and she's trying to... She's scared of the ride. She's trying to cover up how scared she is with being all talkative. And what Tomoya said in this line is not I'm actually scared, it's you are actually scared. But Google, the translator's inserted the wrong pronoun. Okay. I get it.
や、何してるの？もうすぐ私たちの順番だよ。
Tomoya, what are you doing? It's almost our turn. What does that sound like a Velcro undoing? She nonchalantly clung to my arm. No matter how you looked at it, her attitude told me that she was angry. It's the wrong kanji, so it's scared. Not loyal, scared. Not angry, not loyal, scared. Ayaka herself probably thinks she's leading me, but her actions don't seem convincing at all. Yeah, I know, but you know, Ayaka...
何？
What? Question. Are you sure you're not scared? I double check. What do we do if she's scared? We're just gonna make her go on anyway.
怖くないってば。
I'm not scared.
そんなこと言って、智也の方が私より怖がってるんじゃないの？
You say that. Aren't you more scared than me, Tomoya? Her words made my heart beat even louder. I was definitely shaken by Ayaka's words. So you need to capture that one. To her, it looked like it wasn't a big deal, but seeing it up close like this actually made me feel a little awkward. Probably to me, it looked like it wasn't. To me, it doesn't look like a big deal, but then after seeing the ride up close, it actually made me feel a bit awkward, okay? No, it's pretty dangerous for me. TV show called Sansei Nippon, Nippon's Japan, doesn't seem to be just for show. Okay, I don't know exactly what that was supposed to be, but I get the point.
ははは、やっぱり智也も怖いんだ。
Huh, you're scared too, Tomoya. Sensing my agitation, Ayaka launched a counterattack. But I'm not ready to fight back. You too, Tomoya? Doesn't that mean Ayaka really is scared?
え、怖くなんかないってば。
Huh, I'm not scared. But you said if you used a mo, you put a mo particle behind my name. I took a step back from, I don't know, let's try Google Translate on this. You can see how it reads it right. It says, I took a step back from Kotogami, who was immediately returned to me. But, I recoil at the immediate reply. There we go. At this rate, it'll be a contest of stubbornness. I don't know if it's a contest of anything. Just a conversation. Okay, then why don't you just scream once and treat me to some soft serve ice cream?
いいよ。絶対怖くないんだから。
It's okay, I'm definitely not scared. Alright, is that kind of in the flashback?
智也、怖かったね。
Tomoya, that was scary. No, okay. Well, it's not a carousel of dolphins, it's horses. It's ponies. The match between me and Ayaka, betting on soft serve ice cream, ended in a draw. So you both screamed. To put it bluntly, that difference was foul play. Or that contest. I can't believe she wouldn't scream from that. If there's someone who doesn't scream, I can only assume they're terrified. No, their senses are paralyzed. So it's a not scream contest, but Ayaka's pretty brave. I think she'd want to ride that thing. I think she wanted to ride that
一
thing.
人じゃ絶対乗らなかったと思うよ。智也が一緒だったからね。
I don't think I would have ridden it alone. Tomoya was the whole team. Or with Tomoya, I made a team. Eh? I turned to Ayaka, who... What's Kotoa? I'm trying to Google Translate. Come on. I guess I turned to look at her for a moment or something like that. Ayaka's cheeks were dyed a faint pink.
それよりさ、これからどうするの？
Anyway, what are you going to do now? Ayaka asked hastily, trying to change the subject. Sodana is like, you're right. Okay. Kind of think of it, I've been circling around a lot lately, so I'm starting to lose my hips. Okay, what is that actually supposed to mean? Lose your ability to walk? To lose my... I've been walking around a lot, so I started to lose my legs. Is that what it's supposed to be? I think about it, I started to lose weight because of all the spinning around. There we go. I'll lose my hips. It's a way of putting losing weight. I wonder if it's okay to have lunch. Wait. You don't have any money, do you? By the way, Ayaka, you made lunch, didn't you?
でもそれで時間に遅れちゃったんだけどね。
But did you take it on? Do you have lockers to put it in, or did you take your lunch on the ride? Yeah, that's why I'm late. She sticks out her tongue a little and smiles. Well then, since you're here, why don't we eat?
お弁当？いいよ。私もお腹空いちゃったし。
So, obento is the lunchbox. It's fine, I'm hungry too. You're assuming that she made lunch for him, though. Okay, let's do that. It's about time. I find a place to sit. As I survived the area, Ayaka clapped her hands together as if remembering something. Oh, surveyed the area.
今日のはすっごく自信があるから期待していいよ。
That's right, I'm really confident today, so you can expect great things from me. It's supposed to be a tummy rumble, but it's more like a canned lion's purr sound effect. I'm looking forward to it. I can't help but squeal at those words. Considering the taste of the lunches she always received in the morning, it's more difficult to tell Kotogami not to expect anything from her. I don't know what that means, but it's probably something to do with, like, her lunches are good. This is what Google Translate has to say. Considering the taste of the bento boxes I usually receive in the morning, it's hard to say I don't have high expectations. Okay, so basically, your mom's bentos are bad, is that what you're saying? So you have high expectations for Ayaka's?
ねえ、あっちで食べない？
Hey, why don't we eat over there? Ayaka pointed to the bench I could see on the other side. Ah, Sojioka. What's that? I gotta actually translate it though. Yeah, let's do that. Unable to wait any longer, I took Ayaka by the hand and hurried to that bench. Lots of new backgrounds here. I wonder if they'll be used for anything else besides this set of scenes. Ayaka turned around, backing up the empty lunchbox she'd eaten in a blink of an eye. What? She already ate it? Looked back with an empty bento box that she ate in no time. Was it just for her though, or did you eat some of that? The look on her face said that she was expecting something. Or so it seemed. Oh, she opened the box and there was nothing in it, or what?
ねえ、どうだった？美味しかった？
Hey, how was it? Was it good? Sure enough, Ayaka hesitantly did something. Hesitates and begins to darken. What's dark here? Oh, this is just hesitantly listened or something. Asked. It's asked, right? Yeah, it's not went dark, it's asked. So Ayaka hesitantly asks. It's almost like I was late. I was late making this lunch. There's no way it wouldn't taste good. Of course, it was really good. I gave a reply that could be taken for granted. I mean, that's true. I give her an answer that can be considered obvious. That's probably a better translation.
よかった。実はね、今日は智也の好きなもの入れたんだけど、わかった？
I'm so glad. Actually, I put Tomoya's favorite food in today. Got it? What is my favorite? Or what do I like? Hate, which I don't know what that is supposed to be. So I get to choose between takuan. I don't know what takuan is. Anmitsu. I don't know what that is. Kare, which is curry. Well, I don't know what those Japanese stuff above is. The only thing I recognize is curry. And it probably wouldn't be Japanese curry. It would probably be like Tibetan or something. But so I guess curry's the only thing I know. I'm going to choose the curry. And depending on which one I pick, it's probably going to be in there, right? Well, you probably those are... He already ate it, so he probably should remember what was in it. There were no signs of curry in it. What? There was no evidence that curry was in it, okay?
さすがにサンドイッチにカレーは挟まないと思うけど。
I wonder if it mattered which one of those you picked. They didn't give me the hints, but maybe there's a Dolly's hints. I don't think you'd put curry in a sandwich. It's a kind of a sloppy Joe kind of thing, Ayaka. I see.
本当にわからないの？
Okay, so Hontoni is really Wakara is like understanding, right? So do you really not understand or something like that? Oops. No, I'm just kidding. It'd be bad for Ayaka if you didn't know. Or okay, so what was this? You really don't know, or I really don't know. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. I hurriedly squeezed out an excuse.
じゃあ言ってみてよ。
Then tell me. She asks me a question like she's misunderstanding something. If I don't panic, I give her the answer in the past. Karage. Karage? It's Karage. Maybe there's a translation of it. No. Oops. No, Karage.
あったり。
See if I can get a better translation. Is it? Or are you? Ayaka smiled in satisfaction at the answer that she had hoped for. So I guess his favorite food is karage, whatever that is. Maybe I should Google that. In fact, I'll do it right now. Karage. 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 Japanese fried chicken. Okay, so it's kind of like probably what the Koreans just call chikin, which always means fried chicken when they say it. They have a different word for non-fried chicken. Various foods, mostly chicken, but also other meat and fish, are deep fried. The process involved lightly coated into small pieces of meat or fish with a combination of flour and potato starch or cornstarch, and fried in a light oil. The foods are marinated prior to cooking. The process differs from the preparation of tempura, which is not marinated and uses batter for coating. Karage is often served alone, or with rice and shredded cabbage. Which shredded cabbage, we call that slaw. Okay. So, the fried tuna. So, in Ever 17, when the main character has to make fried, basically kind of coerced into making fried tuna sandwiches by you. That's kind of like karage, like in a sandwich. But that was fried tuna as opposed to fried chicken. And then the English translation by Hirameki decided to make it into chicken, which seems like sort of a betrayal, but it wouldn't be super unrealistic that it would be chicken, right? Okay. Maybe I should have given her a proper answer from the start. That thought crossed my mind. So this is the precursor to the fried stuff in Ever 17. This is where this comes from. Maybe Uchikoshi liked fried stuff in a sandwich. But you know, no matter how much you like it, you wouldn't normally put it between a sandwich, would you? So, when did Chick-fil-A become a thing? Well, I don't know who did the fried chicken sandwich thing. Obviously, fried chicken has been around since who knows when, But like putting the fried chicken between two pieces of bread, I don't know when that started. I know everyone does it now, like, Burger King, KFC, Popeyes. Hardee's probably did it when they did the Hardee's chicken thing. But I don't know who started it. But maybe in 1999, when this game was written, it would be weird to put your fried chicken in a sandwich. But in 2024, when this is being recorded, it is very normal to put fried chicken in a sandwich. You have to choose the breast meat, though, but yes. Ayaka invented the fried chicken sandwich. Yeah, Ayaka,
だって智也唐揚げ好きでしょ？
But Tomoya, you like fried chicken, don't you? What? What a straightforward thought. I'm so shocked that I'm at a loss for words. It's true that I like fried chicken. They even let me eat them deliciously? What does that mean? I enjoyed it too. But
どうしたの？
what's wrong? Ayaka called out to me in disbelief as I hung my head. I could have said something, but I was already starting to lose the willpower to do so. It's nothing. Nandemo yai. That was the best Kotaragi Jiang I could say right now. Just the best thing you could say right now. Yeah, that's the best thing I could say right now.
それじゃあご飯も食べたし、次フリーフォールに行こっか。
Now that we've eaten, shall we go to that free fall next? That's actually spelled out in katakana. Free fall. Meshi. Oh, that's not something to ride right after a meal. In one end and back out the same end. Even if she grumbled about that, it was a completely meaningless act for Ayaka today. Or even if I grumbled about that, it would be completely meaningless for Ayaka. Let's see if he keeps it down. After that, we went around the fields, and as long as time went on, we played around. Before I knew it, the air was already dawning, to the point where the dusk had already come, to the point where the sky was dyed red, right? October 11th. Panting. More panting.
なんでともちゃん、逃げたりするのよ。
Why are you running away, Tomo-chan? Baka, are you an idiot? In that situation, of course you'd run away, right?
でもちゃんと謝れば許してもらえたかもしれないじゃない。
But if I apologized properly, he might have forgiven me. I don't know. Oh, she did something wrong. You saw that man's face, didn't you? He looked more like he was going to forgive than forgive. Okay. What is Yurusu is forgive, and then Yusuru is to shake. So it looked more like he was going to shake you than forgive you. I thought back to the huge blunder I just made, or she just made. Bathed in the morning sun, I walked in front of the station as usual. When I did, I accidentally tripped and fell over a small bump in the road between the sidewalk and the road. Well, even if it was a ring, I wasn't that slow on my reflexes, so I was able to get into position and blind just by lightly placing my right hand on the ground. Well, that didn't translate very well, but he managed to catch himself. And someone tripped over him. When I spread my right hand out, I saw it was covered in fine gravel and pieces of fallen leaves, completely dirty. So you just kind of poof, 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 right? If I used my left hand, I could pollute my left. And of course, I couldn't rub it against my clothes. So you rubbed it off on someone else? There's no way she'd have such a noble item as a handkerchief. But if I were to borrow it, or I would have such a noble item as a handkerchief, but if I were to borrow it from UA, why do these people care if their hand gets dirty? No, what you do, here's what you do in the United States. You take your right hand, and you poof, 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 and they both get kind of dirty, but you're just okay with it. You go on with your day. I didn't want the people around me to get the wrong idea, like the smiling couple going to school. I wanted to avoid the ship. I looked around to see a boat crossing the river. Okay. There was a reasonably priced motorcycle parked on the road. Well, to be precise, it wasn't a motorcycle. It was the leather seat that was convenient. Okay, so if you had apologized properly, not if I had apologized properly. So it was Tomoya who did the goof. Just, Google, these translators, they don't know where to insert the pronouns, so I got it wrong. I got which character needed to apologize wrong. It's obviously the main character at this point. Haven't even seen you lament, have I? I wiped lament. I wiped off the leather seat, wary of my surroundings. Then I checked my right hand. Okay, it's clean now. Speaking to myself, I turned around to see a wall-like obstacle towering before me for some reason. Ane. Like that, I was curious. I looked up to see a man large enough to pierce the heavens. With his well-prepared mustache, pitch black leather jacket, and sunglasses like MacArthur's. There's no way this is a normal human being. So it's like Mondo with a mustache. What the hell are you doing? The veins on my forehead, on his forehead, were twitching. Yoba, yaba, something like that. Slow expression. And just as the man was about to raise his right arm, Hige. But like, the offline translator couldn't do this one. My beard has split ends. That's literally what that is. What? Your beard has split. It's probably your beard has split ends. Quickly witty, I pointed at the man's mouth as I said that. Man says, on. There was no way he could see it, but the cute giant stuck his mouth out in front of him, trying his best to confirm it. Seeing an opening, I dashed at super speed. Kara. Gaki. I don't know what those mean, but whatever. And that's what happened. Isn't that something to be happy about? Our escape undefeated record has been set yet again. I said with pride.
それを言うなら勝率記録がじゃない？だって一回だけ捕まったことあったもん。
Huh? If that's the case, then there's a winning percentage record, isn't there? I mean, I've been caught once before. Eh, really? You don't have one, do you?
あったよ。小学校の近所のあの大文字じいさんのお城みたいな豪邸に忍び込んだ時。
There it is, when I snuck into the Daimonji grandpa's castle-like mansion near the elementary school. Alright, there is. Well, she was alone doing that, right? Daimonji, he became a millionaire after making a profit from the cultivation of that pygmy. But when he laid a hand on the stock market after that, Pebble burst out and took a huge debt. I presume you mean... So he farmed something, and then he invested in the stock market, and it crashed, or something like that. At that old man's home, there was a rumor that he's working hard to become a hostess scout right now.
うん。まあ今ではあの豪邸も他人の手に渡っちゃってるみたいだけど、とにかくそこにいつものおともちゃん、あやちゃん、ゆえの3人で忍び込んで。
Yeah, well, it looks like that mansion is in someone else's hands now. Anyway, Tomo-chan, Ayaka-chan, Yue-chan, and the other three, we three snuck in there. Hmm.
そしたらいきなりともちゃんは何を思ったのか。庭にあったプールのように広大な池の中に飛び込んでいって、時価何百万円もする錦鯉を捕まえ始めたの。
So Tomoya was there and did it too, okay, apparently. Then suddenly Tomo-chan jumped into a huge pond like a pool in the garden and started catching some sort of fish, I presume, called nishikigoi that costs millions of yen. Yeah, out of nowhere, Tomo-chan suddenly jumped into a vast pond that looked like a swimming pool in the garden and started catching fish that have a market value of millions of yen. So this is where just the origin of the jumping into the pool thing.
それからその捕まえた鯉を近くに落ちてたゴルフクラブに紐だか針金だかなんだかで祝いつけて。
And then I tied the carp I caught, or you caught, with some sort of string or wire or something to a golf club that was lying nearby. What?
んで、それを振り回しながら、わーいわーい、リアル鯉のぼりなんて言ってはしゃぎまくって、町内中を駆けずに回ったあげく。
I don't think was it really a carp? What? Why are there carp and expensive fish together in the same pool? Come on, figure out what this is. And then while swinging around, I said, what did she say? Google Trans, the offline translator cannot translate. It's just like, yeah! Wow, this is a real carp streamer. I had so much fun running around town that I ended up... Okay. I had so much fun swinging it around and ended up...
最終的には近所の人に通報されて、あっけなく御用になったと。
At the end of the day, I was reported by the neighbors. A neighbor reported it, and it was quickly used.
思い出した？
Do you remember? I remember now.
ね？
You do? Yeah, now she mentioned it, that's right. Because that old man Diamond said something like, I'm worried about you, so I can't keep a carp, and ran to the stock market. Worried about... That's why the man ran into stock, saying things like, can't keep carp, I'm worried about what's to come. What he's basically saying is, I can't raise fish anymore, because when I raise fish, this stuff happens. Are you saying that they're at fault?
そうだったの？
Really? I think that's true.
ふーん。
Kinto.
感じてないでしょ。
You don't really think that, do you? Probably. There's no way I could feel it. Feel it? I can't feel it, okay?
やっぱりね。
I knew it. Yeah, I googled as she said that. Okay, so another backstory thing is raising carp. Carp is probably not a very good translation. I know at least in the United States, carp is worthless. It's what they call a trash fish. So a different kind of fish that's not carp is actually worth something. Fourth hour is over, or fourth period. Now that Sayumi-san was on our side, there was no longer any need for us to line up to participate in the banning battle? What? The ban war? The bread war. You mean the bread war? Oh. Oh, I think it is. Now that Sayumi-san is on my side, there's no longer a need for me to line up and participate in the bread war. He's talking about the lunch lady. Now then, let's head out to retrieve it. Oh, we got our Sprite finally. As usual, the congestion at the school store had stopped. So we have little Sayobi-san. Give me the usual. Sayobi-san! Give me the usual. Great.
いつものだよね。
It's the same as always. Senchu. This is thanks. I took the bag and paid.
ねえ、たまにはさ、ウニパンとかも買ってよ。ね？
Hey, why don't you buy some sea urchin bread and stuff once in a while?
ほら、あの手のやつってともやくん好きでしょ？
See, that kind of guy likes what? Oh, that's what a guy like Tomoya-san likes? See, the kind of guy likes Tomoya-kin, right? That kind of guy likes Tomoya-kin, right? What is that? Doesn't make any sense. I don't know what that's supposed to be. I don't know. I can't. There's no other guy to like Tomoya-kin. So what? This is the kind of thing that Tomoya-kun, that guys like Tomoya-kun like, or I don't know what it's supposed to be. I don't want to eat that anymore.
それはそうと、ちょっと放課後来てくれないかな。
Anyway, could you come after school for a bit? After school, what is it?
そうそう、放課後。ちょっとだけ頼みたいことがあるんだ。
Well, here we go. That's right, after school I have a little favor to ask you. Hajime. I'll just go with that because I don't see his name in this text anywhere. Yeah, after school, huh? Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do this scene. Although the scene might interfere with, like, some other character's scene, but we're gonna do it. It's fine, really. Sorry, I have something to do. Yep. We're really spreading this around. It's really not focused at all. Knee. I don't really mind, but what are you gonna order? What are you gonna order? But what do you want to ask me?
まあまあ、後でね。ほれほれ、パン取っといてあげてるでしょ。ちょっとは恩返ししなさいって。
Now, I'll see you later. Come on, I'm saving the bread for you, aren't I? I told you to repay me a little. Wow, you're trying to make me feel indebted to you? Well, I didn't think you'd just let me have it for free. Guess I have no choice. I said there was nothing I could do about it, but I didn't feel bad to have Sayomi-san do me a favor. I'm just selfish like that. No remorse, no regret. I agree to Sayomi-san's request and promise to come after school.
じゃ、約束ね。
So then, it's a promise? After school? Okay. I look at the clock. It's pretty late. I hurried back to the classroom before I ran out of time to eat lunch. Today's bread wasn't the same as before either. It was a proper curry bread. 10-pon golden duo. It's a golden combination of curry bread and juanpon. I don't know. Some sort of Japanese food stuff I don't understand. Umai. What's umai? I forgot. It's good. Well, that's all for today. Oh, sorry for the librarian, so please come to me later. So, the teacher's asking the librarians to come talk to her later. That would include Shion, right? Phew. The boring day's classes are finally coming to an end. I slowly sat up, but I was unsteady and in a dangerous position. All that's left is homeroom. Well, even if I sleep, it'll live on its own. It's like everything's over for today.
お目覚め
Oh no, I sabotaged a Karu event. Like I'm talking to the lunch lady after school. Your fate? That might be a good translation, actually. It's like your plans, right? Yeah, what is your plan? Transfer student next to me. No, Otawa-san, who was completely used to the class, was talking to me. You have to explain. I have to meet some... I'm fully awake. Oh, I like to say, but thanks to Otawa-san, I'm getting sleepy again.
どういう意味よ
What do you mean? There's a story where when a baby hears a mother's voice, it quits crying and immediately falls asleep, right? Oh! I don't know why, but that's pretty... Imagine just saying that to like a girl sitting next to you in high school. Just like... Well, thanks to you, I'm feeling sleepy again. What do you mean? Well, when maybe he hears his mom's voice, he stops crying and gets sleepy, right?
誰が赤ん坊で誰がお母さん
Come on. Who's the baby? And who's the mother? That's just way... I'm the baby, and Otawa-san is the mother. Otawa-san. Oh, Chichi-san. Chichi-chan. Oh, Chichi-san. So, oh is like something you put in front of something to make it like respectful. Like sometimes they will say, instead of sake, to refer to Japanese rice liquor, osake. Right? Instead of saying a tera, to say a temple, it's an otera. If there's like a sushi shop that you really like and want to be really respectful of, you say like, oh, sushi yasan. So that's what the O is, right? And then Chichi is mother, and then san is something you put at the end of a name to make it more respectful. So it's like, oh, mom-san. So you try to make it all so respectful sounding. It's like a weird, creepy thing. Babu, right? Whatever that means. Yeah, babu. Do you want me to stop? Come here a little earlier. What? I feel pretty embarrassed about what I'm doing, so I reflect on my actions. Otawa-san wasn't into it either, or maybe she was just being mean. Why don't you come along for a bit? Because she's sort of a little bit tsundere. And also that's just weird, Tomo-chan.
まあ、私が母親だったとしても、三上くんみたいな手のかかる子は勘弁してほしいな。
Or Mikami-kun, or whatever you want to call him. Well, even if I was a mother, I prefer it if you didn't make it have to deal. I prefer it if I didn't have to deal with a troublesome child like Mikami-kun. What the hell? If there's a kid this good, then of course I can brag about it to the neighbors. If there's a kid this good, of course you can brag about it to the neighbors. And I don't know what the end part was supposed to be. The kanji got completely changed, so I don't know what the end is. Her tone changed to that of an energetic old fishmonger who you often see in a shopping district, as she explained how wonderful humans like me were. Or maybe you did. Maybe your tone changed to an energetic old fishmonger. And so on. Otawa-san said it so casually as if she hadn't heard a thing about it.
隣近所に知れたら次の日には引っ越さなきゃいけなくなりそう。
If the neighbors find out, I'll have to move the next day. Hide, like that's terrible. Laughing. Her merciless words hurt my delicate heart. What kind of character was this Otawa-san?
ま、冗談はともかくとして、もう少しだからちゃんと起きてなよ。
Well, all jokes aside, it's almost time, so make sure you get up. Roger. As I scratched my head, I somehow managed to wake up. I feel like I'm dreaming, but she thrusts me when I'm filled with peace. I presume it's like wakes me up. See what Google Translate has to say here. Felt like a dream, but she came closer to me, her filling me with such peace of mind. Okay.
ずいぶん気楽な態度じゃないか。
That's quite an easygoing attitude. All that's left is to go home and sleep. It's always like this at this hour.
それで俺を欺こうとしているわけだな。
So that's why you're trying to mock me, huh? Or that's why you were being mocked? Huh? He suspects me with a strangely enlightened expression. As usual, he's suddenly saying something I don't understand. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm not trying to make, I'm not trying to make fun of you. Oh, so he's saying, wait, we chop some text. I know what you're talking about, but I don't have any intention of mocking you. So he says that she really did mean that Tomoya was mocking him.
またまたそんなこと言って本当はちゃんとテスト勉強してるんだろ。
Again, you say that, but you're actually studying for your midterm tests, aren't you? What are you talking about? We've never seen this guy study for a midterm test. Is there an intelligence test or something? It's like, reminds me, I should try to take the Mensa test. No. I wonder if there's a big fee. Okay, there's no one studying for an intelligence test, right?
お前に話した俺がバカだったよ。
I was an idiot for baka for telling you. A true intelligence test you wouldn't be able to study for in theory. You can, though, because it's really hard to make one that you really, truly can't study for. I can't believe that she would call me a baka. Or, okay, it's a baka for you not knowing or something. At the very least, I believe I'm not stupider than Yue, than Shin or Yue. Oh. Okay. Are you like Phoenix? I am the most mature of my friends. Only a select few can call me a baka. Like maybe Shion. Like I said, what are you talking about? Explain it in a way I can understand.
なんだよ、まだわからないわけ？
What, you still don't get it? Okay. Don't say things in such a roundabout way. As I cross the threshold of what Shin said, I can't even think of an answer to that question. I was looking for a straight answer.
じゃあ、お前中間テストのこと忘れてるだろ。
Ah, well then. You forgot about the midterms, didn't you? Shimata! Damn it. I hold my head in my hands and look up at the sky as I raise my unintended speech patterns. You did the Uchikoshi pose! Yeah! Blood dripping from your fingers. Come to think of it, it's already that time of year. I think someone said that during class, too. No, I feel like the bridge that Minamo-chan or UA Smile told me about before that. I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but it's UA and Minamo who told me about it. And with that, I finally understood what she was trying to say.
やっぱり忘れてたろ。
You forgot, didn't you? Yeah, I almost forgot to take the test. Still, I'm surprised you're willing to tell me that. If he felt like it, he wouldn't tell me anything, and he'd take steps to force me into the test. Of all the things to do, he'd do something like lay his hands on me. Or is it him or her? Have you fallen ill or something?
いきなりどういう意味だ？
What do you mean? No, I just kinda felt like it.
まったく。まあ、お前と違って今回の俺は一味違うというところを強調させときたくてな。
Honestly, well, unlike you, I wanted to emphasize the fact that I'm a bit different this time. What do you mean?
聞いて驚けよ。なんといっても昨日から1日1時間は家で机に向かってるからな。
Listen to me and be surprised. After all, I've been sitting at my desk for an hour every day since yesterday. Since yesterday? That doesn't mean anything. You mean like 1 month ago. Are you in elementary school? If I can manage to sit at my desk for an hour a day, spend the same, no twice as much time facing my desk.
お前にだけは言われたくないって。
You're the only one I don't want to hear that from. I murmured to myself, and Sheen responded in a sympathetic tone. I don't get it. Even though that's what I'm saying. I don't understand this conversation at all. This conversation is all mixed up. But I don't think it really matters because you're talking to Sheen. So, yeah, who cares? It seemed that we both despised each other. Okay, at least we got... Okay, so we were congratulated. Okay, so I guess the point is they don't like each other. Got the point.
いや、俺って1学期の成績悪かったからさ、これ以上ひどいと小遣い下げられるんだよな。まったくひどい親だよ。
No, I borrowed it and got bad grades in the first semester, so if it gets any worse than this, they'll pick me down. Seriously, what a terrible parent. I didn't bother putting the Google Translate, but obviously that was wrong. I know your personality well. You are a good parent. Parent. Aren't you good parents who know your personality well? Or do you know your parents, something about parents? At the very least, I was impressed that my parents were enough to manage this wasted person. Whose parents here, yours or his? It has something to do with parents.
うちの親も海外なんかに行ってくれると助かるんだけどな。
It'd be nice if my parents could go overseas too. If Sheen's parents were to go overseas, things would get really bad. So I prefer if they didn't.
ホームルームが始まるな。
The homeroom starting. I don't know what that was all about. Once the homeroom teachers entered, Sheen returned to his seat as well. I decided to stay awake too. Homeroom ended quickly, and let's see what Google Translate has to say about this. Oh yeah, because we have day missing. Nichi. Yes. Okay. So, homeroom ended quickly and the day ended without any something. The day ended without any something. I don't know what that thing's supposed to be. Because the kanji got switched around. Of course, Google Translate says close. But it's the wrong kanji, of course. So, I presume it's like incidents or something. Antics. However, I suddenly remembered that. Remembered the conversation with Sheen that I had talked about before homeroom earlier. Testo. Study for tests, huh? I never did that. Not because I'd fail the tests. I would pass them. I would get A pluses on them. I just wouldn't study, as I always say. It's not a belief, and it's not something like sitting at a desk for an hour. Maybe I should study harder. It's got to integrate it into your romance pathways, Protag. I can't help but think that. Wait a minute. I'm sure I had something important to do. Whoops, I made a promise with Samuya-san. I went to the school store to fulfill my promise. Samuya-san's request was more important than studying. Yes, because that's a romance route. That's what the player came for. Kya. That's an onomatopoeia, right? Thud. When I passed by the school store, Sayama-san was about to be crushed by a large amount of inventory. What's this person doing? I silently moved the invading object and rescued Sayama-san from the avalanche.
Tomoya-kun, 来てくれたんだね。
Ah, Tomoya-kun, you're here. Didn't you tell me to come? So what's your business?
来てくれたんだね。暦嬉しい。
So you came. Sayumi-san is so happy. Simply state your business.
なんだノリが悪いな。まあいいや。
Oh. You don't seem to be getting into it. Well, whatever. Well, she's fast. Okay. Did you want to practice the comedy routine?
いやー、パンのお礼として在庫整理手伝ってくれないかなーって。
Well, thanks for the bread. I was wondering if you could help me organize my inventory. You want to thank me yourself? Well, whatever, I'll help you out.
うわ助かる。じゃまずはこれを。
It's like you want me to thank you yourself? Well, whatever, I'll help you out. That's a big help. Well, then let's start with this. Saying that, she points to a large number of Dinsai festivals overflowing from the desk. It's a mountain. Well, I don't know if Dinsai festivals is correct, but there's a lot of something overflowing from that desk. What's this?
見ての通り伝票だけど。
We're gonna learn something important here. It's just a checklist. No, I know that, but this is a lot.
ちょっと溜まっちゃってね。
It's a little bit something here. Did I close my Google Translate? Did I literally just do that? Did I do that to myself? What? Okay, let's undo that. It's a bit piled up. There we go. That's a better translation than whatever the offline translator translated. Which actually isn't that bad a phrase if it weren't for Mew. It was enough to make me want to ask how what's her face could build up so much work in a week. There's an avalanche going to happen if you accumulate this much, an avalanche could occur. Okay. Oops. We started by picking up the invoices scattered across the floor. I'm bad at math.
あら、私も苦手。奇遇ね。
Oh, I'm not good at it either. What a coincidence. What kind of coincidence is this? Samuya-san was a college student, wasn't she?
確かじゃなくて、間違いなく大学生よ。頭にビューリホーがつくわね。
They don't tell you how to do accounting in college, unless you take business. They certainly don't teach you how to multiply and just to add numbers together. They expected you to learn that in third grade. No, that's like a running joke when you take linear algebra, is this class has a lot of multiplying and adding in it to do the row reductions and stuff, which I know you guys are amazing at, right? It's not for sure. She's definitely a college student. What? I'm not sure, but I'm definitely a college student. What? You'll get a Buriho on your head. What's a Buriho? I mean, that's what it says in katakana, but like Buriho. Buriho. I don't get it. Whatever. This line's lost on me. So, Nani, written in katakana, and then, what department? Okay.
いわばビューリホー女子大生ってとこね。
A college girl from Buriho. Google Translate says, it's a beautiful female college student. I don't know what Buriho is supposed to be short for, but whatever, we'll keep going. Maybe it'll be revealed what Buriho is. I'm asking what you are doing in the, like, what department you're in. Which faculty? Well, okay.
実は経済学部。
Actually, the Faculty of Economics. Is that right? So what year, right? That's what he's... Yeah, what year are you?
2年生。
Second year. So you're second year in economics, and you're not good at adding things. What do you mean, hatachi? What's hatachi?
何よ、20歳にご不満？浪人とか留年とかしてたらそうとも限らないよ。
Is hatachi kind of like a female version of watashi? What, are you dissatisfied with hatachi? If you were a ronin, whatever that means, or repeating a grade, that wouldn't necessarily be the case. I still don't get it, but something about what year she is being a little funny. So Shitano, what is that? Shita is underneath. So underneath what? Right? Okay, well, did it?
してないよ。だいたいなんでそんなこと聞くの？
Well, I haven't. Almost. Question mark? Oh, I didn't grab that. I didn't grab the translation. There we go. I didn't. Why are you asking me anyway? Because you said you were bad at math. Now I wonder why you can't calculate it. I wonder what you'll do during the exam.
ほら、試験の時はノート借りられるしね。他にもいろいろなテクニックってのがあってね。まあ、大人の世界ってやつ？
You know, you can borrow your notes for exams. There are other techniques as well. Well, what about the adult world? She's saying I cheat. The world of adults, huh? Oh, that's the adult. So the adult world, you can use a page of notes. Get that cheat sheet. That's not really cheating because you're allowed to use it. As we talked, the two of us chipped away at the pile of invoices. The world of adults. That day, all I had to do was clear up the slips, and the sun went down. The sun had set the day just by cleaning up the invoices. That day, just by cleaning up the invoices. And you didn't get to study for exams because we have girls to chase. We don't have time for that. The inventory sorting will have to be postponed until tomorrow. Oof, that was loud. Okay, I'm going home.
じゃあね。またよろしくね。
Okay, so Jane is like, see ya. Don't know what the second part is. Nice to meet you again. I went out into the hallway and tried to head towards the shoe closet. And someone stopped me.
あー、ともちゃん、一緒に帰ろう。
So Yue just appears. Tomo-chan, let's go back to Isol. Good. Well then, goodbye, Koyomi-san.
ともやくん、さようなら。彼女さんもまたね。
Okay, so Tomoya-kun sayonara. I don't know which is just goodbye, very, very finally. And then see you later, girl. Okay, so I guess it's kind of like, oh, see ya, Tomo-chan. And then she sees him with another girl, and it's like, oh, goodbye for good, Tomo-chan. I guess that's the point.
そんなんじゃないですよ。あ、じゃあ小弓さん、さようなら。
It's not like that. Oh, well then, Sayomi-san, goodbye.
なるほど、そういうことか。
Oh, I see. That's what you mean.
そんなことならこの小弓さんに相談してくれればいいのに。
If that's the case, why don't you talk to Sayumi-san about it? About what? Being childhood friends? I look up at the sunset as I leave the school. Being alone with Sayumi-san is pretty uncomfortable.
ともちゃん、小弓さんと何してたの？
Tomo-chan, what are you doing with Sayumi-san? What were you doing with Karu-san? What were you doing with Minamo-chan? What were you doing with... I don't know. I think I kind of ran out. We didn't do enough with Shion to really add her. It's like, what are you doing hanging out with all of these girls? Caught me with all kinds of different girls. It's disgusting.
え？
She goes, what? What's wrong?
ひどいよ、ともちゃん。ひどい。ともちゃん、バカ。
So, Hidoi. Terrible, Tomo-chan. It's terrible. Satoshi-chan. Baka. So... It's a joke. There's no way I'd do that. I helped her organize the documents.
なんでともちゃんがそんなことしないといけないの？
So I basically joked like we were doing something lewd. Okay. Why do you have to do something like that, Tomo-chan? Because I'm a naughty boy. It's a secret.
秘密って何よ？感じ悪いな。
Then what's a secret? It feels bad. It's no big deal. Here, I'll buy you an ice cream at the convenience store over there, so don't sweat it. If... Yushi started grinning while comparing my face with the one at the convenience store. Go back and forth between the convenience store and me. Do you have any money left, though? The kind of girl she is. It's the kind of girl she is. Giggle. I bought ice cream for 2 people and handed one to UA. We boarded the train home while munching on ice cream. Hard to imagine munching on ice cream, but okay.
そっか。
That's it. Just one ice cream from earlier was enough to make UA laugh. There might not be anyone less expensive than her. There might not be anyone who costs less money. Okay, so he's saying she's expensive.
じゃあ私ここでバイバイまた明日
Well then, I'm here. Goodbye, see you again. It's John A, right? Yeah, just see you. After watching over you, I went home. The empty room somehow felt like the air was stagnant. The air in the empty room felt somewhat stagnant. I sat down in a chair in my room. Oh. Sayumi-san, huh? Being older might be pretty nice, too. Or being an adult might be nice. I stare out the window as I thought about that. It's not. Well, there's certain nice things about it, but it's not like generally. There are specific things I can name that are nice about being an adult. The whole thing in general, I don't know. Pass through the ticket gate and look up at the sky. Where are you? What are you doing now? Where are you going? It seems like the color is fading day by day. Oh, because winter is coming? From the deep blue of summer to the light blue of winter. The seasons are marching off somewhere, second by second. Okay. I should just keep Or maybe it will be carried away. What color is the sky inside me now? Whatever that means. That's what I suddenly thought. There wasn't the usual line at Eki at the station. In front of the station. Usual line in front of the station. So this is Saturday? Wait, doesn't he have school on Saturday? He does Thursday off and Sunday off or something? A few students are climbing up the hill here and there, but other than that, the only people I see are office workers heading to work. Actually, I woke up early today. Oh, that's why. Oh no, another Shion thing? It's not like I woke up early voluntarily. So 7 a.m., right? 7 a.m. Construction work on a water pipe or sewer system suddenly started right in front of my house. A loud sound of cracking asphalt filled the room. Thanks to you, I feel like there's not enough haze. Or energy's running low or something like that. Even if I was at home, all that noise would give me a headache, so I had to go, no choice but to go to school early in the morning. Well, I did think that going there early and think about going there early and studying for the test. Naturally, the noisy girl who's always frolicking next to me isn't there today either. Yeah. It might be a good idea to go to school separately once in a while. In fact, it seems like it's necessary. For me as well, for me also. For Yue also. With these thoughts in mind, I took a deep breath of the cold early morning air and climbed the slope leading to the school, one step at a time. An empty classroom. There was something haunting and lonely about it, like it felt like a girl who had lost a precious treasure. It's like a ship, being alone in a classroom is like a shipwreck, like being alone in a shipwreck. I sit in my seat and just stare vaguely at the quiet space. I took out my textbook from my desk and prepared to study. Then suddenly I felt a sad sadness that tightened my chest. Sad sadness. Sorrowful pain is what the offline translator is saying. Before I could attack, I'm struck by a drowsiness that's so intense that it's hard to believe. It's hard to ignore. Nami. Just like I'm sleepy. Then I lowered my head to the desk. Just a few seconds later, I fell into a peaceful sleep.
Hora, Tomo-chan, 起きなよ.
That kind of sounded like Yue's voice. Hey, come on, Tomo-chan. Wake up. Dareda, which is who. Yeah, that's Yue's voice. Yue, good morning.
ホームルーム始まっちゃうよ。もう何時から来てるの?
Homeroom's about to start. What time have you been here already? I think it was around 7:30.
ね、
Shichiji
なんで
Han.
そんな早く?
Why so quickly, or why so early? No, actually, I explained to Yue the details of what happened this morning.
あの音ってトモちゃん家の前だったんだ。
That sound was in front of Tomo-chan? Homeroom teacher, right? Hey, hurry up and get a seat. I'll take attendance.
じゃあ、トモちゃんまた後でね。
Well then, see you later, Tomo-chan. Oh. Loading. Well, I'll be sure to give it to you in the middle of the day, so make sure to review it thoroughly. The teacher left the classroom in the blink of an eye. It's only natural for a teacher to feel weak too, lose their hips. Well, today I'm lazing around, and since it's before the test, I'm surrounded by people who are eager to study. Well, I guess I'll get some food too. Sayomi-san, give me the usual.
うん、来たね少年。はい、ちゃんと取っておいてあげたからね。
Oh, you're here, boy. Well, I made sure to save it for you, basically. Take the bag that probably contains the curry bun and ambapaban, ambapa bread, whatever that is, and pay for it.
あ、今日はね、特別にバナナットを入れといたから感謝するようにね。
Tonight I brought you a special banana natto container, so please be thankful. What? I don't need that.
やだ、冗談よ冗談。
I never tried natto. But then again, there's a lot of Japanese stuff I've heard I've never tried because I don't recognize it in this game. Natto is something I do recognize. I haven't tried eating natto. Apparently, the texture is kind of like snot. But when I was a kid, I ate my own snot all the time, and I wasn't too grossed out by it. So, eating snot, if it's someone else's snot, it's more gross tasting. V. No, it's fine. I'm just kidding.
それはそうと、今日も放課後来てくれないかな。
By the way, could you come over after school today too?
また手伝ってほしいんだけど。
I'd like you to help again. Yeah, I might be missing scenes with Karu or something if I choose these things. But I was getting sucked into the next girl along. Translate. It's fine. Maybe you flunked the midterm or something and it makes a difference. Sorry, give me a break today. Well, we haven't committed to anything else yet, so...
よかった。じゃあ放課後よろしくね。
I'm so glad. I'll see you after school then. See you after school. With that, I left the quality of the purchase behind.
ありがとうございました。
Thank you very much. And you went to the roof. Recently, I came to the rooftop, which I didn't... I come to the roof, which I didn't stop by recently. Okay. Autumn has finally arrived, and the cool breeze touches my skin directly. I thought there was no one else on the rooftop except me, but apparently there was a customer ahead of me. A female student. No, Otawa-san was there. Oh, no one knew, it was just Otawa-san as usual. Just always on the roof, huh? She seems to be sitting on a bench and reading something. I tried to get a little closer to her. what book is that?
あ、三上くん。
Oh, Mikami-kun. She looked up and checked on me. She looked a little tired. Huh? You look like you're in pain.
わかんないのよ。
I don't understand. I don't understand pain. What do you mean you don't understand?
数学の問題。
Mathematics equations. A moment of silence. The actions that followed were very swift. So, about that, I don't understand it either. I quickly turn around. Kashi! Who is it? Who's the math person? However, Atawa-san silently grabbed my arm. I'm not very good at math.
でもテスト範囲まで一応習ってるんでしょ。私なんか全然習ってないんだよ。
But you've learned up to the extent of the test, right? I haven't learned at all. Don't you see he's always sleeping in class, Karu? You have observed this personally. Then that's right. Then about the one who has faith? How about Sheen? He said he's confident in math. Did you really just defer to Sheen? Really?
それって別に
Such a
三上
beta
くんが
move.
教えてくれてもよくない？
Wouldn't it be nice if Mikami-kun taught me? But I'm not very confident in math.
この際わがままは言わないからね。
I won't say anything selfish at this time. Okay. So I presume the top one is try it. But the thing is, though, you have this appointment after school with the lunch lady. I'll tell you. I encourage you to do your best. Wow. Okay, we'll do this one. Well, I don't really mind.
さすが三上くん。
Well, that's Mikami-kun for you. I can only teach you as much as I know, so keep that in mind.
大丈夫。三上くんも一緒に勉強すればいいんだから。
I can, don't worry, Mikami-kun can study with me. Well, if I study too, wait, me too? I couldn't believe my ears when I heard what she said. Me? Study? However, Atawa-san gave a big nod, still smiling.
その方がお互いのためになるでしょ。
I'm just using my looks to be a good influence on you. Ah, how rare that is. How very rare. Isn't that better for both of us? You think so?
なると言ったらなる。それじゃあ早速今日から始めよう。
If you say no, then let's start today. Say no. If I say it will happen, then it will happen. Oh, well then. Oh, if you say so, then let's get started today. All of a sudden?
何か不服でもある？
It's a trick. She's trying to get you to get good grades. Do you have any complaints? Like, I have that power over you. I can make it happen. Hey, all you pretty girls, this is what you do with being pretty. You find some guy, and then you, like, save his life by dangling yourself in front of him to get good grades. You made a promise to Sayumi-san. Something about it being bad. I made a promise to Sayumi-san that this would be bad, right? If there's a conflict with Sayumi-san. Oh, this comes up, okay. So what my choices are, sorry Sayumi-san, or sorry Otawa-san. I'm gonna take a pause here and eat some sausages. Okay, I think we're rolling again. Wake the switch up. I think I said that I was going to choose Kaoru as the first character I would try to do, and so I have to commit to that. It's I kind of don't like how it's set up that, like, right now I'm right in front of Kaoru, so I could explain the problem to Kaoru, right? But I couldn't. But this protag, this character, I don't trust him to explain the problem to Koyomi. So, with working with this protagonist, in order to comply with one girl's demands, requires me to necessarily just very hard let the other one down. But you must specialize. You must choose a major. You may no longer be undeclared. You have gotten too many credits done already. So I guess I must choose my major. One wife. They don't give you two types of hits. So the only thing that they could do is tell you that Koyomi-san won't like this, but gotta do it. Ah! Sorry, Sayumi-san. I'm gonna break my promise. Well, I'll just have to apologize later. No, not at all. Let's do it right away, starting today.
その意気で頑張ろう。
Yeah, let's do our best with that spirit. Tawa-san held out her slender white hand. I hesitantly took her hand and gently shook hers. She had to notice how sticky your hands are. Mine aren't sticky, but they'd find that. But whoever it is I would shake hands with would find them to be cold, because for some reason my vascular supply to my hands is kind of bad. Not pathologically, but just observationally. Dry. Like chalked up. Because they're just naturally like that. A slightly soft sensation enveloped my hand. I also have barbell calluses, which should not deceive you into thinking I'm strong. Barbell calluses with not a very high ROI. Leaving that sensation faint, I reluctantly let go of her.
じゃあ今日は帰っちゃダメだからね。
Then you can't go home today, okay? Got it. My promise to study for tests with Otawa-san. Or math in particular. Considering how high the risk is when I break my promise, I really don't feel like breaking it. But on the other hand, it could also be taken as studying for a test with just Otawa-san. Just the two of them studying the test together with Otawa-san. We're passing the math test, are we not? It's also a rare occurrence with her, who was popular even in class. Ellipses. The hustle and bustle after school fills the area. Homeroom is already finished, and some of them were heading off to club activities or going home. I promised to study with Otawa-san today, so I packed some textbooks into my bag. In particular, I definitely need to include the mathematics that I plan to teach. I didn't even cram it into my bag like this yesterday, so I couldn't really call it studying. I didn't even pack anything in my bag yesterday, so I couldn't say I was studying. Anyway, I'll make up for yesterday today. Based on this belief, we have compiled a collection of textbooks that are likely be needed. Wait, so if they're in high school, third year or second year of high school in Japan, what would you learn in math? Trigonometry, Algebra 2 and trigonometry? In the United States, your third year out of 4, if you are the quote-unquote ordinary student, which you shouldn't be, you should avoid this, you take Algebra 2 and trigonometry. If you are what you should be probably more like an ordinary student, you take this stupid class that is unnecessary called pre-calculus, which is basically just Algebra 2 and trigonometry all over again. I should have tried to figure out a way to skip it when I was in high school, but I didn't, so I ended up taking pre-calculus. And it was much easier than Algebra 2 and trig. In fact, it was a joke. Anyway, I got my time wasted. If you are someone who's a little bit, if you are me, then you take calculus your third year. If you are my son, you take calculus your second year. You get the point. Before that, I have to apologize to Koyomi-san. Otawa-san, wait a minute. Huh? Otawa-san was nowhere to be seen. I put my bag back on the desk for now and surveyed the area. I don't see her in the classroom, where students who already have no business are starting to leave one after another. I do have Otawa-san's bag, so she probably hasn't gone home yet, but she doesn't really, her bag exists. Where did she go? She could have just gone to the restroom. Like teaching her how to study or not go home today. Okay, waiting for Google Translate. Good, waiting for Google Translate. Tell me to study. Tell me not to go home today. But the person who said it isn't there. There's no point in talking about it. Or it wouldn't make sense. Manipulation. Just as I was wondering what to do, Yue, who is still in the classroom, approached me.
どうしたの？キョロキョロしちゃって。
What's wrong? Are you looking around? No, I'm looking for Otawa-san. Did you see her?
お父さんなら職員室に呼ばれてたよ。
Otawa-san would have called you to the staff room. Oh, no, Otawa-san was called to the staff room. The staff room.
うん。ホームルームの時に言われてたでしょ？
It's kind of like the execution chamber, but more nicely named. Yeah, that's what homeroom told you, right? Or told us. Yeah, there's no way I'm listening to that. To begin with, I never really heard anything about homeroom, or heard anything in homeroom. Is that so?
そうだったって。まあ、ともちゃんがちゃんと連絡事項とか聞いてたなんて話、今までなかったしね。
That's right. Well, I've never heard of Tomo-chan properly listening to the messages. It doesn't matter. In any case, Otawa-san is going to the staff room. Or has gone to the staff room. Goes to the staff room, present tense. Why was she called to the staff room?
そんなのゆえに聞かれてもわかんないよ。
It's probably how Yue know that. Yeah, something like, even if, how would I be involved in this or something? That's true.
テストが近いから1学期に習ったところのプリントとかもらってるんじゃないかな。
And the exams are coming up soon, so I guess the handouts from that, what I learned in the first semester are poor. I see. There is certainly a connection to... Huh. I don't know, something about Yue sleeping. My oven keeps beeping. Then, if I wait, she'll come back.
カバンもあるし、そうなるけど、なんでともちゃんが音羽さんのこと待ってるの？
We have her bag. That's how it is. But why are you waiting for Otawa-san, Tomo-chan? Okay, I gotta deal with my oven beeping and stuff. And I'm back again. So where was I? Talking about Otawa-san's bag? I presume we got that. Well, that is because... Oh, there's no way Yue would know about what happened on the roof. Yue somehow picks up all the gossip. It's because I decided to teach Otowa-san math.
え、ともちゃんが教えるの？
Tomo-chan is going to teach? What's with that surprise? Because you surprised because you suck at math. It sounds like you're saying, is that even possible? Protagonist power-up incoming. Yes, because protagonist power. Are you dissatisfied with something?
ゆえに不満があるわけじゃないけど。
It's not that I'm dissatisfied, that Yue is dissatisfied, but... Kato? Okay, what does that actually mean? But, Kato, but...
お父さんが数学赤点取ったらどうするつもりなのかなって。
I wonder what Otowa-san is going to do if she fails in math. Why did you just jump ahead like a bunch of lines? Okay. It didn't. Okay, whatever. You're clearly saying that you are dissatisfied. Roundabout words of dissatisfaction burst out inside, explode inside of me. After all, she's the person who says exactly what she thinks.
でも本当にそうなっちゃったらどうするの？ありえないとは言えないでしょ？
But, what would you do if it really happened? It's not impossible, right? That's none of your business, right?
関係あるよ。ともちゃんが数学苦手だってゆえ知ってるんだからね。
It's related. Yue knows that Tomo-chan is not good at math. Ooh. Yue knew from a previous incident that I was actually not good at math. It was a position where I couldn't say anything. The days that I was revered as the god of mathematics are already a thing of the past to Yue.
お父さんにもちゃんとそのこと言ったの？
Did you tell Otowa-san about that? As I said, Otowa-san herself asked for it.
ああ、そうなの？
Is that so? If you ask me that much, could I just abandon her? You... You can't do it, right?
うん。
Mm. This is what Otowa-san wanted. There's no need for you to worry too much. If you understand, hurry up. Just as I was about to finish my sentence, someone came into the classroom and called out to me.
おーい友也
Hey, Tomoya. Standing in the entrance was Sheen, who I have lost sight of the moment that HR ended. I thought you were home, so why are you here? To be obnoxious and to escalate this stuff to a whole nother level. Sheen comes straight to me.
いやゆえちゃんまだ帰らないの
Hey, Yue-chan, aren't you going home? I...
うん。今から帰ろうかって思ってたとこだよ。
I was just thinking about going home now. Just thinking about it.
それじゃあ俺と一緒に帰る
Will you go home with me then? Korra.
うんうん。友達と一緒に帰るから遠慮しとくね。
No, I'm going home with my friends. I'll refrain.
そっかそりゃあ残念ってこらこら
It's kind of weird that somebody doesn't walk home with you. Like, weird. I see. That's a shame. What? What went wrong here? Apparently, nothing. I don't get it. There's probably some sort of expression going on here. Some sort of idiom I don't get. Because it doesn't look like any of the kanji got wrong. But most of the translators said, I put torn erasers in Sheen's jacket, one after another. Or I put the pieces of the eraser into Nobu's, which is some sort of, could be correct translation, as opposed to Sheen, I don't know. Jacket one by one, which is the same thing. What? Erasers? Then, of course, he retracted.
まったく何するんだよ
Seriously, what are you doing? Did she have something to do with me?
ほんの冗談だろうがそれぐらい気づけよ
It's just a joke, right? At least notice that much. What's a joke? I'm not so soft-hearted as to play along with your jokes. Well, even a ripoff like this is meaningless. There's no point in trying to steal something like this. Okay, continuing. Let's go back to the original topic. Day?
お前宛てにことづけを受けてきたぞ
I have received a message from you. Or I have a message for you, one or the other. Well, you've become a person who can be of some use to someone?
言ってろそれより音羽さんからのことづてだ
More importantly, it's a message from Otowa-san. Okay, so no, I have a message for you, is what Shin was supposed to say. Otowa-san?
しんくん職員室にいたんだ。
What if he's making it, maybe it's fake. Fake message from Otowa-san. She would do that, right? Shin-kun, were you in the staff room?
いや、帰ろうとしたらちょうど古典の前田に捕まったんだ。それでちょっとテスト前の注意を受けてたってわけ。
No, no, I was just about to go home when I was caught by Maeda. What? Wrong game. The classic. That's why I received a little warning before the test. Okay, what does this have to do with anything? In the case of Shin, caution means a strict warning not to get a bad score on a test. Is Maeda his dad? He has the same scores as me, but I have a higher average score in one subject, which would be history. In Shin's case, I think he was told to have a better balance in that regard. Well, I don't think balance has anything to do with the test. So, what'd you ask me? Or, what's the message?
まだ時間かかるから今日の約束は明日に行こうだって。
Well, it's still going to take some time, so today's appointment will be moved till tomorrow. Okay, well, we've been rescued from our conflict. It must be really late to receive a message like this from a person who made the request. It's true that if we wait like this, we won't even have time to study together. It seems that Otawa-san took this into consideration. I see, understood.
で、なんだよ、約束って。
So, what is a promise? What do you mean?
とぼけるなって。音羽さんとなんかあるんだろ？
Don't play dumb. Is there something you have going on with Otawa-san? It has nothing to do with you.
ほほー。
That's the giveaway answer. My answer to that question is just typically, I don't know. I'm not getting my hopes up. So I tell the dude who asked me, like, is there something up with you and that girl? It's like, if this thing would going on, this is actually going to happen, you would know, sir. You wouldn't be wondering, you would know. It was good that she told him to be conscientious, but why had she asked Shin of all people? It's good that she told me what to do, but why did you ask Shin? She doesn't know Shin very well, that's why. I'm sure he was nearby, but given his personality, I'm sure he would definitely pursue it.
あのね、ともちゃんが音羽さんに数学を教えてあげる約束のことだよ。
See, Tomo-chan promised to teach Otowa-san some math. Shin being like, what? Math? What are you telling him?
いいでしょ、別に隠すようなことじゃないんだから。
Is that good? Something to, it's not something to hide.
いいでしょ、別に隠すようなことじゃないんだから。
It's okay, right? It's not something to hide.
しんくんうまい。
Shin-kun. Right, that's why I know it's Shin. Shin-kun. My.
モノマネなら自信があるからね。
Shin-kun is doing great. Ah.
なんてな。ま、お父さんからそのことは聞いてるさ。
Just kidding. Well, I heard about that from Otoa-san. So nano. So nano ka. Is that
お
so?
前な、俺が何も納得なしで動くようなやつだと思ったか？
So is nano kind of like this? Did you think I was the kind of person who would act without any consent?
動かないの？
Or act without understanding anything? Okay. One or the other. Not act?
いや、動く時もあるんだけどね。
Well, there are times when I move.
とにかくだ。お父さん自身が智也に頼んだ以上、俺の出る幕はなしってこと。
Anyway, since Otoa-san herself asked Tomoya, there's no chance for me to appear. There's no need for me to participate. Wait. Like, there would be a need for you to participate anyway? You know your position well, don't you? When did you suddenly become so understanding? Shin, I have no idea. You've grown up so much.
その代わりだ。
In exchange. He interrupts my words and points at me.
お父さんに赤点を取らすような真似はさせるなよ。
Don't make Otoa-san do anything. Don't make Otoa-san fail, basically. Wah.
お前が赤点を取ろうが知ったことじゃない。要は彼女のために頑張れと言ってる。
It doesn't matter whether you fail or not. Basically, I'm here to tell you to do your best for her. He really has some guts. If I hadn't done this, I wouldn't have been able to abandon what. If I wasn't like this, I wouldn't be able to call him my best friend. Or if he wasn't like this, I wouldn't be able to call him my best friend. In a sense, I think it's a good thing that I was able to stop myself from saying what I was about to say.
あ、じゃあともちゃん帰るんだ。
We gotta bring out this conversation because you have to go down and talk to Koyomi. Satoshi-chan. Are you going home? Tomo-chan, are you going home? Huh? I'm not that lazy. Well, now that I don't have anything to do with Otoa-san, I should probably help Sayomi-san. Could it be Sayumi-san's conspiracy? Is there a reason? Or just, of course not. Now that it's decided, let's hurry to the school store. That's actually something that is much better translated in the offline as opposed to Google Translate. Well then, a top secret mission is waiting for me. Farewell, gentlemen. No sooner had I said that than I dashed out of the classroom. I felt like Yue had said something, but I decided to ignore her. No, I don't want to update my K-Lite. I think I need that for playing Ace Attorney or something. There's certain games that you need that for. Anyway. I got used to helping out just yesterday. I'm just sorting out the invoices. Or all I gotta do is organize the documents. In any case, I'm okay with a job like this. But we might be a little bit too late and miss her, right? That's what could happen. Normally students were allowed to go in and out of the school store, but there weren't any teachers who cared about that. And thanks to Sayumi-san's support, for some reason, I somehow ended up helping out. Or rather, why am I here anyway? For now, let's clean up this pile of slips.
お、頑張ってるな、少年。
So ganbatte is like, keep up the good work. You're doing a good job, little man. As soon as Sayumi-san came back from somewhere, she called out to me. Young boys aren't much older than you. Hey, boys don't change much in age, I guess. Young boys are not that much. You are not much older than me or something.
私の方がお姉さんじゃない。
Now, I am the older sister here. Well, that is true, but... So basically, like, you're not much older than me. Well, I am older. Does your mother or aunt or whatever still have a bad back?
もうだいぶ良くなったみたい。来週には復帰できるって言ってたよ。
It looks like she's much better now. She said she'll be back by next week. I see. Hope she gets better soon.
そうね。
Geez, or let's see.
まあ、私もこの仕事結構楽しいから、もうしばらくやっててもいいかななんて思ってたりするんだけどね。
Well, this job's pretty fun for me too, so I think it'll be okay to keep doing it for a while longer. What about school?
学校はなんとかなるでしょう、多分。
School will probably work out somehow. If Auntie gets better soon, will Sayomi-san go back to school?
しかし午後の購買って暇ね。誰も生徒買いに来ないじゃない。
However, I don't have time to shop in the afternoon. No student comes here to buy anything. It's definitely free time.
購買で買うより外で買っちゃうよね。私の時もそうだったし。
I'd rather buy it outside than at the store. It would be the same for me too. In other words, no one buys food after school. Yeah, I don't usually shop after school.
こんなに素敵なお姉さんが店番してるっていうのにね。
There's such a wonderful lady in charge of the store, or such a wonderful Ane-san working the store. Something like that. Ordinary, if I say so myself. Or it's ordinary for you, or easy for you to say, what he's saying, I guess. But I didn't dare push it.
お母さん、毎日ここに座ってるんだね。
Mom sits here every day, doesn't she? You're sitting there.
そりゃ腰も痛めるよね。座りっぱなしってのは一番腰に負担かかるって言うし。
That would hurt my back too. Sitting for a long time puts the most strain on your lower back. So just sit correctly. You also carry heavy things.
結構重労働かもね。
It may be quite hard work.
午後なんかどうせお客来ないんだから閉めちゃえばいいのにね。
There won't be any customers in the afternoon anyway, so we or she should just close it. From the student's point of view, it's troublesome that it's closed when you need it.
私が高校の時は結構閉まってたんだけどね。
When I was in high school, it was pretty closed. Really?
お母さんパチンコ行っちゃうの。
Mom was going to the pachinko parlor.
私より先にいなくなっちゃうくせにね。帰ってくるのは全然遅くて。
Even though she was gone before me, she said she'll be back much later than me.
パパに「母さんどうした?」って聞かれた時はどうしようって感じ。
Then my dad asks Mom what's wrong. And then it's something like, I don't know, I didn't know what to do. Delinquent housewife.
そうそう、不良主婦。おかしいよね。
That's right, delinquent housewife. That's weird, isn't it? We're just making fun of her mom together.
その日の晩ご飯はもう缶詰とかそんなのになっちゃうの。
Dinner that night is going to be condume or something like that.
だから結構バレバレで、結局パパにバレてパチンコ通い禁止されちゃったんだけど。
That's why I got exposed so much. In the end, Dad found out, and she got banned from going to pachinko. Oba-chan, you were being rude.
ほんとほんと。容量悪い悪い。
Really, really. Bad manners. Bad. So Warui means bad. I see. Sayumi-san's poor manners are a result of her mother's report. Now, Auntie works in purchasing. Or rapport. While we're talking, it was time to close the store.
待って待って待って。
This is like, wait. Wait. As we started closing up shop, Shin came running from outside. And caught us. He was sweating all over his body and looked like he had been running around a lot.
あれ、友也、今日も手伝ってるのか？精が出るじゃないか。
Tomoya, are you helping out again today? You're probably make something to do with sugar. I don't know what it has to do with sugar, but something to do with sugar or something. It's like a joke of some kind. What's with that smile?
なんでしょうね。
What is it? It feels disgusting. What do you want? Or you're disgusting. What do you want?
牛乳。運動の後はこれでしょう。
Milk. This is what I need after exercise. Or I need that after exercise. See, I mean, when did you start club activities?
ああ、染み渡る。
So he chugs milk, I presume. I'm getting dizzy or something like
いや
that.、
部活じゃないんだけど、ちょっとサッカー部に混ぜてもらったんだよ。紅白戦やるのに頭数足りないからって。
No, it's not a club activity, but I was asked to join the soccer club because there aren't enough people to play the red and white battle. So it's not a club activity, but it's a club activity. You're so energetic. I can't imitate you. Actually, I don't want to. All I do is sleep. Are you okay even before the test?
スポーツも結構いいぞ。体を動かした後の一杯がたまらんね。
Sports are pretty good too. I can't get enough of the drink after I move my body. Or can't resist or whatever. What kind of old man are you talking about? Something about being an old man talking about milk. Let's go home after drinking that, or after you drink
ああ、
that.
帰る帰る。ちょっと荷物取ってくるから待っててくれな。
Go home, go home. Please wait while I go get my luggage.
仲いいね。
Good friends, I presume is what that means. Or close, isn't it? I guess we kinda get along somehow.
しんくんって結構かわいいよね。
Shin-kun is pretty kawaii, isn't he? To which Tomoya responds, Nani? Which means what, by the way, if you didn't know? Is that kinda your hobby?
かわいいって言ってるだけじゃん。何？焼いてくれてるの？嬉しいな。
Oh, I'm just saying, he's cute. What? Something about, are you happy? Are you jealous? That's not true.
あら、遠慮しなくていいのに。ともやくんもまあまあかわいいよ。
Oh, you don't have to hold back. Tomoya-kun is cute too. Sweet, huh? Or whatever. Whatever Mao Mao is.
待たせたな。帰ろうぜ。
Sorry I kept you waiting. Let's go home. Pick up my bag and get up from my seat. Oh, Samoya-san. I'll see you later.
はい。またね。
Yes, see you later. We left the school and headed for the station. I just realized that I forgot to do a save right at that choice you have to make. But whatever, where it's like, you know, do math with Karu or not. But we're gonna do one here. Save. And I suppose that will be it for now.